thank you very much for joining us for this public hearing with the Chief Executive and the Director of Communications and the Assistant Chief Minister as well. So we're grateful for you to agree to make this a public hearing, as we were due to have a private briefing in place, but we're grateful to you for agreeing to change that because of the hearing time last week conflicting with previous engagements, so thank you. I think the members of the public are aware of the requests upon their behaviour and the rules of engagement this afternoon, and to our guests, I draw your attention to the notice that I'm sure you're aware of about privilege. So we will begin. Also, final point of housekeeping is that today we have cameras in place, but they're not yet in use. So they will be from, I think, next week, in time for summer recess. So there won't be video footage.
Well, you're going to have a rerun. We'll be back.
So shall we start with the introductions, just for the record? So I'm Senator Christina Moore, and the Chairman of the Corporate Services Scrutiny Panel.
I'm Deputy Steve Iyer, Vice Chairman of the Corporate Services Panel.
I'm Deputy Jessica Ashard, Member of the Corporate Services Panel.
Richard Vibert, Constable, Member of the Corporate Services Scrutiny Panel.
Camilla Black, Lead in Finance Transformation for the States.
Richard Allen, Councillor Sir Wands, and Deputy Assistant Chief Executive.
Charlie Parker, I'm Chief Executive and Head of the Civil and Public Services here in Julty.
And Stephen Hardwick, I'm the Director of Communications.
Good, well thank you very much. So the main point of interest, of course, is the One Government programme, and so you've recently, Chief Executive, published a 6-month report, and so we wanted really to hear from you at what stage you see the One Government programme in its full rollout.
So I think the report in effect sets the scene and also describes up to date where we are with some of the changes that we're effecting in the public services at the moment. Just to sort of take that through, so the vision is to create a single organisation that delivers quality services on behalf of residents, stakeholders and business interests in Jersey, to reduce the amount of duplication, siloed working, as I've referenced to it, and to modernise the infrastructure around our people, our processes, our finance, how we communicate and how we operate. And as part of that, we're on a 3 to 5 year journey of change, but there will always be, and I've been clear from the outset, to be able to implement the totality of our ambitions. This is very much about the organisation, and it fits with our attempts to try and get us fit for purpose to be able to deliver the ambitions of the political administration of the day in a more coherent way. So as part of that, you'll be aware, Chair, of the previous discussions in particular to secure the changes in legislation to allow me also to become the accountable officer for the public services, which then gives some accountability for implementing and delivering the programme of change. And as part of that, that's seen a review of the way in which I now have not just strategic oversight, but literally accountability for how we do. So within the confines of what I've been trying to do right from the beginning is to establish, in conjunction with the changes, a performance and management framework that dovetails with our financial positions to create a more single organisation and manifest that in the strategic plans that we produce and create a more coherent set of policy frameworks in which public service. Where are we? I think the report you will all will have given you pretty much a sort of update around communications of that, the leading of it, the engagement with internally and externally with stakeholders and staff, the way in which we've started to implement the reviews that were conducted through the period of due diligence that the transition team did, and the move to the introduction of the new organisational framework, of which we launched that in March of this year. We've been out to consultation, and we have refined that in the light of the consultation to reflect the One Government target operational model that has been published. And we're now into the recruitment of key personnel at Tier 1 and Tier 2, which will give us the leadership capability to take forward and drive the subsequent restructuring of each of the departments to be able to effect the longer term changes based on the model of principles that the target operating model laid out. So that's reduced number of managers, fewer tiers between the top of the organisation and front line and customers. It's about basing it on a whole series of key principles of how the organisation should work internally and externally, and as part of that to create a more efficient, leaner business. So I thought that might just be worth summarising, and as part of that I can go into some detail now about recruitment, about where we are with some of the programmes and projects, and I have some colleagues here who can talk about the specifics of areas which may be of interest to the Scrutiny panel.
Thanks.